in, and who can, link up with these people and that people. Oh, I did a little bid with such and such, and yeah, I know him, and yeah, he's connected to him, and oh yeah, those people over there. Yeah, you have a lot of inside connections that a hired professional three-piece suit with a bulletproof vest would not be able to get into, would not be able to gather, And so it was always interesting to me that Puff, he didn't keep goons around him, he kept bosses around him. And now you got to think, with these bosses and these captains and these gangsters and these real official gangsters around him, you know what I'm saying? It starts to rub off on him, and he starts to think, I'm that guy. I'm that guy. So yeah, it's not surprising that he would call a shot and put money on, and put money up on somebody's head, or get his fixers to handle it. You know what I mean? It's not surprising, because look who he has around him. You see, environment is everything. Ultimately, this documentary, if you just objectively look at the trajectory and the timeline and his actions and his demeanor and his decorum throughout the documentary, and then just what you gathered from your personal observation throughout the 30 years that he's been famous, right? This documentary was basically if you just look at the energy alone, just based off the energy this documentary was a masterclass on the type of energy you need to be successful, the type of insanity that it takes to reach a certain level of success. You know what I mean? You would say he made, like, when you look at his relationship with Cassie, you would say he's very maniacal. Of course, obviously abusive, but just the energy, just in the energy in and of itself. You know what I mean? The way he treated her like such a trophy. You know what I mean? And but everything that it took to keep her that way. You know what I mean? You could imagine the kind of money he spent annually. They were together for 10 years annually to keep her looking as good as she looked and to keep her pedestalized as much as she was pedestalized. You know what I mean? That takes a lot of just the payroll in and of itself. You know what I mean? Let alone the attention to detail. You know what I mean? It's no surprise why he's as successful as he is, regardless of the bodies and the abuses and the sexual assaults. If there were any sexual assaults. See, this is a whole nother rabbit hole we're going into. It's hard to claim that someone with the stature that Puffy has in society would have to resort to any kind of sexual assault. You know what I mean? Because you would assume that, well, he would be like, I'm Puffy, why would you say no? Right? And I was talking to a friend of mine, and she enlightened me. She said, to some degree, that in and of itself can be sexual assault. The fact that you're using your power and your stature to subdue someone under your will. You know what I mean? That in and of itself can be a sexual assault. I didn't look at it I never looked at it that way. But here's where she drove it home. She said, have you ever been in defense of your sexuality, in a position where you had to physically defend your sexuality? And I said, by the grace of God, no. You know what I'm saying? She's like, well, then it's obvious why you wouldn't understand. And like my mind was blown. So I'm thinking, just because I'm a powerful figure, you know what I'm saying? If I smile at you and say, hey, if it's okay with you, yeah, would you like to have sex with me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I were to do some shit like that. That in and of itself would be sexual assault, because I'm powerful and I got gangsters around me, and I got a ton of money, and you need the money, and it'd be hard for you to say no. And just the strength of me asking you for sex and me being who I am is enough to claim sexual assault. That's crazy. And it's shit like that makes me scared to become rich and successful. I always knew that once I reached a certain level of success, like if I wanted to have a romantic evening with a young lady, I would have to book a hotel each and every time we go out. Simply because I don't want her knowing where I live. I already got my mind made up, like, to that extent. But this is what it's come to. This is where we at with it. Like, damn, just off of the strength of who I am, asking you for sex or proposing sex to you would be considered a sexual assault. That's crazy. And I think that was kind of what the premise was in a lot of the allegations in the court hearings. These people, and then the Capricorn chick, she's full of it. She's completely full of it. I understand, you need to keep your lights on, you got to pay your bills. You know what I mean? But it gets to some point where it's like, she knew too much, and she had to testify against him to cover her ass, to keep the killers off of her. She had to put her name so that if she gets killed, we know who did it, right? We know who called the shot, right? Like she had to put herself out there, because she was too close. She was too inside. You know what I mean? He kidnapped you to go commit a murder. Really? He kidnapped you to go kill Kid Cudi. Really though? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. And with all of this, with all of these dark clouds surrounding Puffy, or trailing behind Puffy, I would assume that he's pretty comfortable in the jail. As many gangsters that he was connected to, and I tied into gangsters, I did, when they brought up his mother's past and his father's past, I was like, oh, okay. So that's how he got in with all them gangsters. Of course, he's a party promoter. So when you're a party promoter, you get in good with the bosses. You get in good with the gangsters, because they like to party too. You know what I'm saying? And, you provide a favor for a favor. So once you reach a certain level of prominence, it's like, hey, remember? And so it's no surprise that he got all them gangsters around him. So now I'm pretty sure now that he's in jail, I'm pretty sure a lot of them are putting in a good word for him, doing, keeping him up while he's locked up, serving his time. You know what I mean? But it's way too much mudslinging. Way too much mudslinging. Those court hearings, I don't think that what they charged him for was what they really wanted to charge him for. I do feel like the FBI has a deeper play at hand. It's a trick play unraveling right now. It's like it's a wildcat offense that they're running right now, and I think that I think all the sexual assault allegations and the Mann Act and all of that, I think that was simply the wide receiver motioning across the field, setting up the wildcat offense right now. And I think a lot of the depths and the depths in the autopsies are going to resurface, and they're going to use this documentary as ammunition to reinvestigate to reinvestigate these mysterious deaths, these mysterious medical deaths as homicides. You know what I mean? They're going to reopen this, and it's not over. It's not over. Puff is serving his time. He already got some time served already, and he may just come out. But I don't think it's over. Once the feds sink their teeth in you, it's like a mad dog. You know what I'm saying? It's a mad dog, man. It's bad. It's bad. So I want to see how this unravels. I want to see how this plays out, because it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time, and there can't be this much surrounding you for no reason. It can't be. It's too much coincidence around you for this to be a coincidence. And there's more to come. I'm not done, even if the documentary is.
Ha. Hey yo, P, do that freaky jam on the beat. Shitty with that butter shit, that bomb beat. Did you double did that song thing. Flicky with some butter, sip that tongue thing. If you cheeky cheddar chuck, I get her own cheese. It's a chicken with that head or it's a bitch that won't be with the official with that whole skis. Like you see each other, wish that with that long.
I got racks at ATM jam. Tell me what you wanna do. I got racks at ATM jam. Tell me what you wanna do. You a badass bitch. That don't get swallowed in that fat ass bitch. I got racks at ATM jam. Tell me what you wanna